Good.
So my question to you is, it kind of looks like I'm going monk mode, not out of a MGTOW sense, but out of
Sure.
I want a certain result in
Yeah.
2 years. I want to be here 2 years
Yes.
from now, not where I am.
Okay.
So the question is, when one goes monk mode, how long is too long? And do we keep socializing and like still kind of like passively trying to, because it's like a muscle, right? You
Yeah.
still want to be able to converse with women and
Sure.
stuff like that. Obviously, if the pussy comes at me, I'm gonna take it.
That's right.
But in terms of like spending money on them, even if it's for 2 drinks, I don't really see myself doing that right now. So how long is too long for monk mode?
Anytime you do a monk mode like this where it's just work, sleep, gym, I would probably say at the 6 month mark is when you want to get not necessarily get back out there, but that's when you want to kind of dip your toe in the water. You've got the right idea. If a girl is going to throw the pussy at you, there's no need not to take it. I mean, you obviously take it if she's just going to give it to you. But by the same token, looking for pussy, that is very, very time consuming and it doesn't put money in your pocket. By the
And
same
expensive
token,
here.
oh geez, don't I know it? Oh my God. Um, but but um but in order to keep your female muscles from atrophying, every once in a while, I would say, I don't know, maybe once a week if you have time, maybe go post up at a bar, maybe swipe on Tinder a little bit, maybe try to set something up. But incidentally enough, the less available you are, the more attractive you become. So it might actually work in your favor, but then it might not be in your favor because you're going to be more attractive to women with a lot less time to entertain them. So it's kind of the lesser of two evils, but better and worse, if that makes sense at all.
Okay. So 6 months in terms of like no women, and then ease back in
Yeah.
after 6 months without slacking off anywhere else.
That's exactly right. And you don't have to go completely cold turkey on women, although it would certainly help. But by the same token, you don't want to go so long that your pickup, not necessarily pickup, but you're dealing with women muscles atrophy. They're not going to atrophy after 6 months, but you will be a little bit rusty. So every
Mhm.
once in a while, I don't know, once, twice, maybe three times a month at the very most, try to take some time out to interact with women on a sexual level. Go to, I don't know, singles events, go post up at a bar. But
Mhm.
but after 6 months, if you're having reasonable success, just sort of treading water with women, then keep that up because that's really that's the sweet spot, man. The sweet spot is when you're working your ass off and you have a semi-regular rotation of a girl or two that you can call up and have some fun with and then go back to grinding and then get that out of your system. And then, at that point, that's when you can stack money, save cash, et cetera, et cetera. This is what I did when I was working at, it was called West at the time, but it's now Alorca. I don't know what it's called now. It's changed hands a bunch of times, but that's what I was doing when I was working at these call centers. I didn't go out. I mean, I would go out every once in a while, but working at a call center, dude, girls throw pussy at you all the time, especially if you're the top salesperson. So if I had time, if I wasn't, grinding in the iron paradise or anything like that, yeah, I'll entertain a bitch. But my mission was to save money, and I saved almost $70,000 over an 18-month period just off of the commissions that I made. I would not have been able to save that much money had I been chasing girls constantly. I did sleep with a girl here or there. Of course, as you know, or as those of you who have worked in call centers, you guys know and understand very, very clearly. Everybody's fucking everybody in call centers. So there was never a shortage of women for me to stick my dick in if I even gave a little bit of effort. But the advantage to that is that I didn't have to go out onto the strip and pick up chicks. I could
Mhm.
put in, dude, I was working 12, 14, 16-hour days on the phone. That's how I was able to make so much fucking money. That's why I was always the number one salesperson because my closing percentage was the highest and I worked the most hours. Dude, I used to take the most phone calls by like 70%. It was crazy. I was a fucking machine. So working 14, 16 hours a day, you don't have time to do anything except for literally just eat, sleep, gym, work, rinse and repeat. And every once in a while, if you have a few hours off or a day off, then maybe you can entertain a girl. But at that point, you're really just recuperating. So you're in a good spot, man.
Okay. That is why I may not be able to make it to the CMB.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, all right.
We'll see.
Okay, all right.
I don't want to, because especially with Amazon, if you show up and then 2 months later you're like, hey, I need 4
Yeah, you
days
request
off.
time off. Yeah, they're getting you up out of there because it's Amazon. They can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well,
But
keep us posted.
yeah, I will, and I start my new diet tonight as well.
Yes.
I got 20 packs of bison ground meat in the fridge,
Oh hell yeah, dude!
and
Bison burgers are fucking awesome, dude.
yeah, so it's just going to be bison, grass-fed beef, lamb, rice, and vegetables.
Hey, wow, that sounds like the Warriors diet.
Hmm.
Yeah, good
Oh,
stuff, man.
and
Good
eggs
stuff.
for breakfast, eggs and
There you
black
go.
coffee.
Good, excellent, man. Yeah, that's a solid. That is a very that's a rock. That's clean. That's eating clean. So
So yeah, I want to come. I'm gonna try.
okay. I mean, if you can't, there's no need
Yeah,
to jeopardize your
yeah.
hustle for that. But it is what it is. I'm really not sweating it. So what else you got?
That's everything. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. Geeky Anomaly. Thank you. Where is? Thank you for checking in. I am going to. All right. Next up is. Ooh, wait a minute. Next up is Jude. Jude, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey Donovan, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How about you? Good to see and hear from you again.
Good to see you again too. I mean, for me, it's like I was actually kind of wondering what Geeky was wondering, like with the monk mode and everything, because I was like, because this year I want to change up like where I'm at in life.
Okay.
Granted, I like working where I work right now, but at the same time, it's about that time. I just graduated, and now I need to be on that path to getting a higher income, and
Okay.
you know, like that's kind of what my focus is going to be throughout. So,
Okay.
I was wanting to know like what that like sweet spot was to like once I get this job and get myself situated and so on
Yeah.
and so forth.
Yeah.
So that was
yeah, it's just what monk mode is, man, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but it's not easy for the first, I would say, 3 weeks. But monk mode, man, that's when you are laser focused, man. You're detaching from the world. You're pretty much going off the grid. You put all of your social media in pause or whatever. You cut off all of your notifications, et cetera, et cetera. Um, Try not to watch too much television, but really what you want to do is you want to fill your head with education. And when I say education, I mean red pill content. Also, read business books, just educate yourself. You'd be surprised. You would absolutely be surprised at how entertaining educating yourself can be sometimes, because educating yourself can sometimes get a bad rap. But if you're learning about something you really want to learn about, you actually find it quite entertaining after a while. You're like, you know what, I really wanted to read up and figure out how to do welding. This is actually kind of cool. Just try not to fill your head full of trash, kind of garbage in, garbage out. Monk mode is all about doing only what's necessary. So there's no need to be scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or this or that. You can certainly watch YouTube videos, et cetera, watch live streams, but monk mode is all about you. No family, no girls, no nothing. Get your ass in the shape, work your ass off. 6 months later, you'll be a much better man.
okay. All
All
right.
right. Anything
That's
else?
all. Well, like minus the fact like the girl never replied for me from like 2 weeks back where I was telling you like
Oh
the
yeah, I
two
remember. Yeah, what happened with that?
like no reply back from her. I see her now and again, but it's not like say it's like, oh hey, I really want to hang out with you and like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
I
not
love
like
your girl voice.
yeah, but it's whatever at this point. So it's like if that's not the case, I'll just move on to the next one, or do that and so on and so forth. So
Yeah, I
it
would
is what
move
it is.
on, man. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't respond to her, because girls are a waste of time. Fuck that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. Well, that was all I had. Thank you again, and I'll catch you guys later.
All right, thanks, Jude. Jude checking in. Let us go to Jerry. Jerry, what's going on, brother?
Yo, man. Hey, I've got my internet finally working.
Yeah,
So,
the
it's
Colombian
good to
concubine manufacturer. There we go.
Yeah, that I actually did get the webcam studio started, but the
Oh,
girls are
good.
lazy, man. Yeah, the girls are lazy. They fucking
Of course
the
they
only
are.
thing the only thing that incentivize and the only incentive I can give them is like I didn't want to keep doing that. So
Yeah.
I was just like, I got to get a new HR department. So that's what I'm working on right now. A lot of Andrew Tate says you got to get these girls who are already working like waitresses and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. I won't be back until a couple months. But
Yeah,
I
bitches
did get my tickets.
You
though.
figured it out though. Bitches are lazy, homie. You already know that. So
The prettier they are, the fucking lazier they are, man. It's
yeah, man.
unbelievable.
Oh fuck, ain't that the goddamn truth? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to ask you. I got this 25-year-old I'm working on, and my this is my question. The headline. I'll give you the detail. The headline is where does it cross the line of being borderline abusive? And what I mean is this. What I mean is, I'll ask her a question, and she won't. I say like, "You want to go to dinner?" And she won't give me a direct answer.
Oh,
So like, then I gotta then I get frustrated, and then I'll be like, "Do you want to go to dinner? Yes or no?" Like I have to get like addressed, and
like what the fuck?
on that. It builds on that. So recently, what happened was, like we were going out to a place, and we were in this metro cable, which is about a 30-minute ride.
Okay.
It's just me and her in the metro cable. And I was playing, we joke around, and I was playing a joke on her, and we were both laughing. And then all of a sudden, she started like complaining about what I was doing about the joke.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
And I said, it was like, what I did was like, I was just playing around with her shoelaces and stuff like that. And the day before, I had bought her a brand new pair of shoes.
Okay.
So she was laughing, and I was laughing with this joke. All of a sudden, So all of a sudden, I don't know why, but she started popping off at the mouth and complaining about it and like being disrespectful. And I said, "Hey, watch your fucking tone." I warned you. So then the second time she kept going. Let me get over here with this little noise. I'm working out right now. So then she kept on going off about it. Then I fucking drilled into her so bad, she was friggin' crying, like in full blown tears.
Wow.
And I'm like, now this is the same girl. She wants to be my girlfriend. She's trying hard to be my girlfriend. I said, you haven't earned it. But she's done a couple things that's pissed me off. Like she's gone in my phone. She's seen and she gets hurt. Seeing all the girls and text messages. I said, you're not supposed to be going in my phone. I warned you about doing that. And she, I'm fucking other girls because she's not my girlfriend, and she knows about it. I told her. So I just saw we got an agreement. Don't bring anything home and don't do anything in front of her. So, and I plan on keeping it that way, because I feel like, as long as I take care of her, and I don't do anything in front of her, she's the queen, but I got the side bitches going on, and she's just going to have to accept it. So, but at the same time, I get fucking frustrated. I need to stop and chill.
Yeah, get out of there.
And friggin' not. Yeah, well, at the time I couldn't get out. We were like trapped in one of those metro cables. Like if it was going across, like at half an hour. But that scared me. So what do I need to do to train this girl? Do I need to remove myself from her? Or what are the I guess the discipline things that I can use to punish her?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, the best way to punish a woman is to withdraw your attention. Your attention is the key to everything. If a girl does not have your attention, she does not have access to anything. She doesn't have access to your time. She doesn't have access to your resources. She doesn't have access to any of that stuff. And so when you withdraw your attention, you're going to know whether or not she really likes you. If you withdraw your attention and she kind of fades off, then it was inevitable that she was going to leave anyway. If you withdraw your attention and she does what women normally do when they're dealing with men that they really like, men with options, et cetera, then she'll make herself more available to you. It's really, really simple. And you don't have to tell her why you're withdrawing your attention. You don't even have to explain it to her. Just withdraw your attention. And sometimes women will even try to call you out on it. Well, I know why you're doing this. I know why you're being less attentive, because you're probably reading that manosphere stuff that says withdraw your attention. Well, that's not going to work. If she observes the process, if she verbalizes that she thinks she knows what you're doing, she's not into you. Because even if she thought she knew what you were doing, she wouldn't verbally acknowledge it to you, number one. And number two, she wouldn't care. She'll be like, okay, I know this motherfucker is punishing me, like Myron Gaines said, or like Donovan Sharpe said, but I like the mother, and this is going on in their subconscious. This is all going on in their firmware. They'll say, I know why he's doing this, but I don't care. I like him enough. Listen, if he wants me to put in an effort, then I will put in an effort. You think about it like this. Let's say that Chris Hemsworth we're back on the market, and let's say he starts dating a girl, and she does some off the wall, out of pocket shit, and he starts withdraw her attention. Let's say that Chris Hemsworth's girlfriend or whoever he's fucking at the time knows that he watches my content and knows he watches Manosphere content. Well, guess what? If she knows what he is doing and why he's doing it, do you think she's going to say, well, fuck it, if he's playing games with me, then I'm out of here? No, she doesn't give a fuck whether you're playing games or not, because he's Chris fucking Hemsworth. And some people would say, well, of course she wouldn't, he's Chris Hemsworth. And that's exactly my point. It really does depend upon your value, which encompasses many things: money, status, game, etc., etc. If a girl likes you enough, she will make herself more available to you when you withdraw your attention. If she doesn't like, and now here's the thing: some girls actually genuinely like you, but if you withdraw your attention and she starts to make herself scarce, or you only hear from her every once in a while, then she doesn't like you as much as other guys she's fucking. Either way, you're going to know exactly where you stand. Hang on, let me unmute you again, Jerry. There you go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, man, I actually did do that, but I guess I need to do it for long, because she's stubborn. She was a model, so she's tall, she's pretty, and yeah, she is of the African American descent, in case you're wondering.
You love the black girls, man.
I love what loves me, man. What can I say?
I ain't mad at you. If I'm not, listen, somebody's got to fuck these hoes, right? I'm not fucking them.
Well, she got no kids though.
Oh, good.
No, but good. She's I'll have to just prolong that and just do it on a repetitive basis, because she's not getting it the first time though.
How long did you withdraw your attention from her last time?
Like about 4 days.
That's long enough. But again, she's
and
highly
attractive. She complied. She complied. She was in
Okay.
line at everything, and she was calling me, texting me nonstop.
Good.
Good. But
some girls you just have to maintain that all the time, man. When any the general rule. Well, listen, the better looking the girl, the more times you have to withdraw your attention, because good looking girls don't get out of pocket. They stay out of pocket. The only time they get in pocket is when you withdraw your attention, at which point then they start to get back in pocket. But as soon as they think, all right, well, I'm in the clear, he likes me, blah, 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 blah. And again, this is all subconscious. Then they start to act up again. At some point, they're going to figure out, okay, when I act like this, when I do A, B, C, X, Y, or Z, this is what he does. I don't want to feel like this anymore, so I'm going to make sure that I don't do this. And that essentially is how you train your woman. That's how you train hot girls. But again, hot girls are extremely hard to train because they have endless options. So she's really got to like you for her to deal with being essentially ghosted or gone radio silent on, several times over a few months.
Yeah, she's young, tall, and pretty. So
yep, there you go. Yep.
But there's tons of them in Columbia.
Tall and leggy. Tall and leggy, man.
Exactly. Yeah. Thanks, brother.
No problem, man.
Looking forward to seeing you, man. I got my tickets.
Yeah, man. I saw it come through, man. I went and told Deb, I was like, yo, Jose's coming to the CME. So looking forward to meeting you, man. Shaking your hand.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. You as well, sir.
Excellent. All right. Thanks for checking in. That is, wait a minute. Where did you go? That is Jerry, AKA Jose, AKA Alejandro. He's got like 14 names. All right, let's go to blah, 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 blah. Let's go to John Larson. John, go ahead and unmute yourself if you would.
All right. Well, hey, Donovan, first of all, I just want to say, thank you for everything you're doing for all of us. And, you definitely don't have to do this, but I really appreciate it. I've learned a lot I'm only 20.
Oh,
But I'd like to
wow.
think,
Congratulations.
this like whole like red pill journey has just accentuated my growth as a man like so
Good,
much.
good, good.
Yeah. And, I came across Rolo's work right after I had kind of gotten out of a relationship with a woman who was a lot older than me. She was 33 and I was 19. It was not a good
Perfect.
situation.
No,
She
that
was
was
about,
listen,
she
that
was,
was the perfect situation, my friend. That's exactly what you needed.
yeah. And I was so into the whole older woman MILF thing, and it was
Oh,
like,
yes.
yeah, and I got sucked in, and then I came across Rolo's work, and I was so devastated, totally blue pilled. And then I remember watching one of his videos where he was talking, and he was like, basically kind of instilling that she was at her like lowest point, right, in the
Yeah.
SMB scale, and I'm kind of like just getting started. But anyway, my question is more so pertaining to women in the sense that like going forward, because right now I'm mainly focused on business, the gym. I'm a realtor. I have my real estate license, just sold my first
good.
property a couple months ago.
Oh, perfect. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But when I am ready, in a year or two, whenever it may be, to start looking for that LTR, because I am more kind of an LTR kind of guy. I've done the more casual stuff. It's not really my thing. How do I start planting those seeds, as you and EO kind of talk about training and like, molding, and kind of like, especially I found it kind of tough with girls my age. How soon in the interaction do I start planting those seeds and kind of start molding and setting my boundaries and saying things like, I'm not okay with the guy friends, the girls trips, the this and the that, because I have, where my last relationship was with someone she was 18, she shared my values, pretty traditional girl, but I'd say certain things and she'd go, well, my mom thinks that's controlling, my friends think that no girls trips is ridiculous. What if I want to go to Hawaii one time? So how do I deal with that?
Well, the first thing I would tell you is I would highly, 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 highly suggest that you not start thinking about long-term relationships until you are at least 35 years old and you have fucked at least 35 women. If that's what you want to do, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what you can or can't do, but I can tell you what you should or shouldn't do. And here's why. You're a good-looking guy. You're a good-looking young guy. At 23 years old, these days, it didn't used to be like this, but a 23-year-old, it is very, very difficult for a 23-year-old to set boundaries. And the reason for that is because you're not going to be that much older than most of the women you deal with. See, being in your mid 30s gives you a level of authority over younger girls. It's sort of an unspoken agreement that, okay, bitch, I'm 35 and you're 21, 22 years old. I'm older than you. I know more than you. I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. Obviously, that's what attracted her to you. This isn't to say that as a 23-year-old, you can't set and enforce boundaries, rules, expectations, et cetera, but you need a little more seasoning before you start doing that, because you haven't even entered the prime of your life yet at this point. You're only 20, and dude, congratulations for finding this community before you're even old enough to drink. So right off the bat, you win. But and listen, all of us are LTR kind of guys. I just want to make that clear. Every man is a long-term relationship kind of guy. The player life is not for men. It's not. But the reason why men engage in the player life is because that's what the market is giving us. It's giving women are not interested in long-term relationships. Young, attractive women, they're not interested in it. There have been studies about it. We see the way they act on OnlyFans and Tinder and all this other kind of stuff. So you obviously at 23 years old, you're not going to make another mistake of dating a woman in her 30s. You're not going to make the mistake of dating an older woman. Now, you can certainly fuck older women. You can sort of fuck them casually, but you're not at 23 years old, you're not going to be that much older than most of the women you deal with. And the fact of the matter is, John, is that if you're 23 and you start dating a 21-year-old girl, is it possible to start setting boundaries and expectations? Yeah, sure it is. It's just very, very difficult. I'm not saying that to discourage you from trying, because hey, listen, man, if you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. But I will tell you that being older, being in another decade when dealing with women from a previous decade, it really does go a long way. Now, that being said, as a 23-year-old, if you are looking, let me go back. So you said LTRs are they're my thing. LTRs are every guy's thing. We are all naturally predisposed to want long-term relationships with women. Guys think every guy thinks they want a rotation of 5 girls until they get a rotation of 5 girls. I did it one time just to see if I could do it. I probably slept 3 hours the entire 3.5 weeks I did it. And it was a fucking nightmare. It was fun, but it was a nightmare. The point is that we're all long-term relationship kind of guys. This is what we are designed to be. Men, we're the true romantics. I think, dude, Rolo said this, Kevin Samuels, Myron Gaines. We all want long-term relationships. Unfortunately, the market, the way women are, it's not long-term. The way things are, successful long-term relationships are not. They're not in favor of young men like yourself. So just understand that. I understand that you don't want to do the player thing, but unfortunately, you're going to have to. Now, listen, man, you could get lucky and meet up with a 21-year-old who is on your program and you guys, last forever and ever. Is it likely? Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. That being said, if you do start dating a girl and you find that you really like her and she really likes you, the way you do these certain things is you don't set boundaries and expectations directly. You do it indirectly. So for example, like girls trips, things of that nature, right? So let's say you're dating a girl, and dating is different from commitment. Let's say you're seeing a girl, you guys are fucking, you guys don't have any titles or anything like that. If she goes off on a girls trip, dude, you have to listen, keep fucking her when she comes back. Automatically disqualify her from a long-term relationship. If she goes to bars and clubs, you don't have to automatically disqualify her for that. But let's say you guys have been sort of dating casually for a month and a half, and you guys normally meet up on Friday, and she's like, hey, me and my girls are going to go to Club Neon or some shit like that. Don't make a big deal out of it. Hey, yeah, have fun. Guess what? If you guys normally fuck on Friday and Saturday, then when she gets back, hey, I had a good time, and only God knows what she did. This is when you pull back your attention. Hey, you want to hang out tonight? Nah, I'm actually kind of busy. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll see you next Friday. Yeah, maybe. I mean, this week is looking real busy, but yeah, I'll let you know. Then when next Friday comes around, she's like, hey, you wanna get up? Nah, I think I'm gonna go out with my homeboys. At that point, what this is gonna cause her to do, if she likes you, she's going to make herself more available to you. If she doesn't, guess who she's gonna make herself available to? The guy who butt fucked her in the bathroom at the club last Friday. Now that I'm not. Now, of course, that all makes sense in our head, but if a girl you are casually dating engages in behaviors that are conducive to infidelity, automatically cross them off the list. You don't have to be passive aggressive about it. You don't have to make some announcement. Well, Heidi, because you went to the club, you are no. Just pull back and only see her casually. Now, if she brings it up and says, hey, like I really like you and my girlfriends have been really bothering me to go to the club, would it bother you if I went to the club? Your answer is, well, no, it wouldn't bother me. Just keep in mind that I don't commit to women who go to bars or clubs. Oh, okay. So are you saying that this is a committed relationship? Well, if you go to the club, it definitely won't be. But if you engage in those and just let her know, listen, if you engage in those kind of behaviors, listen, we can see each other casually. It's just never going to go any further than that. Well, why is that? You don't have to explain anything to her. Why is that? That's just how I am. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess does spring break count as one of those things? I'm okay with you going to spring break. And would I still be in the running for no? Well, why not? Because I don't date women who travel alone. I don't date women who go to these girls' trips. And just keep it real. Listen, Heidi, you and I know what happens on girls' trips. I've been on the other end of those girls' trips. Like it is what it is. If you want to go down there and have fun, cool. But if I'm going to commit to someone, I'm going to make sure that they're not the type of girl who puts herself in bad situations. She might get mad, she might not, but she'll respect you she'll respect you for checking her. If Heidi likes you enough, guess what? She's not going to go to the club with her friends on Friday night. She's going to cancel her spring break trip and try to plan something with you. So when it comes to these things, and Rolo says demonstrate, don't explicate. That is 100% true. Only demonstrate. Don't get passive aggressive if she does something. If she takes a tone with you, hey, watch your fucking tone. Well, no. You're not. Listen, man, if you and I are going to see each other, you're not going to talk to me like that, or you can just go the fuck home. The first time you tell that to any bitch, they're like, holy shit. And they're it's almost like they're startled and turned on at the same time. If she does go to the club with her friends, well, then guess what? Now, this isn't to say, let's just say that you guys are fucking for a couple weeks. Week 3, she goes to the club with her friends. Okay, you know that she has those kinds of habits. The longer you're fucking a girl, John, the more the two of you are going to start to catch feelings. At some point, and I've talked about this ad nauseum, at some point she's going to say, well, where is this headed? I'll have to put the video link. I don't want to go through it, but this is why you never angle for relationship first. This is when you can really lay down the boundaries, because never agree to a relationship the very first time a girl angles for one. You deny her 2, possibly 3 times. The third or fourth time she comes at you, I've said this 100 times before. Okay, so what are we? Like, are we doing this? And Well, I've told you don't want to be in a relationship with a guy like me. Well, I like you. I really want to be with you, sweetheart. Being my girlfriend and being my fuck buddy are 2 very different things. Well, how different are they? You want to know how different they are? Well, yeah. All right. Unlock your phone and hand it to me right now. Right. At that point, she's going to know, okay, if I'm in a committed relationship with this guy, then I'm going to have to be transparent with my phone. 99 times out of 100, she's not going to hand you her phone. She's going to say, okay, well, all right, you got me. I'm seeing other guys, but I can drop all those other guys. Okay, well, listen, I mean, we'll cross that bridge when and if we come to it. She'll bring it up again. You'll say, unlock your phone and hand it to me right now. You don't even look at the phone. It doesn't even matter. What she is then going to do, she'd be, okay, like, are we like on the way? Well, listen, man, you handing me my phone was a start. Okay, so what else does it take? Well, it's funny you should ask. Not that I'm talking about you, but I don't commit to women who go to bars. I don't commit to women who go to clubs. I don't commit to women who do girls trips. I don't commit to women who have social media. Are you telling me I can't do any of these things? No, you can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you that if you engage in these activities, then our arrangement will remain strictly casual. And dude, just talk about it like you're talking about a loaf of bread. Oh shit, he just spun out. Talk about like you're talking about a loaf of bread. This is how you set boundaries and expectations. And trust me, John, it begins and ends with never angling for a relationship first, because the minute you ask a girl to be your girlfriend, you are literally forfeiting your ability to set boundaries and expectations and to enforce them. If she comes to you and asks you for a relationship, then you can dictate terms. If she says, hey, John, want to be my girlfriend? And you say yes, that's it. Like, you fucked up. At that point, there's nothing, because let's say, hey, John, you want to be my girlfriend? You want to be, can I be your girlfriend? Yeah, sure. Okay. Don't go to bars or clubs. Shut down your social media. She's gonna be like, wait, what? No, like you asked me, like I asked you to be my girlfriend. You said yes. Now you're giving me conditions. Or if you say, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? She says yes. Okay. Delete your social media. No spring break. No clubs or bars. Well, wait a minute. You asked me to be your girlfriend. You can't give me conditions. So she's going to be in the position to give you conditions. Well, if you want to be my boyfriend, I'm going to need to do X, Y, and Z. This is why you never, and I mean never, ever, ever ask a girl to be your girlfriend first. So the short answer to your question is, how do I lay down expectations and set boundaries? You wait for her to ask you for a little bit more commitment, at which point you can let her know what you don't commit to.
Perfect. Well, thank you. And just to your point about what you said about the whole, like, for the example of watch your tone was interesting, because I actually dated a girl, the one that I had mentioned, who was saying she was calling me controlling and stuff when I mentioned the boundaries. She would say little things here and there that were kind of disrespectful, where she'd go like, bitch, what'd you say? And I'm like, don't call me a bitch. And I go, don't call me bitch. But then she'd do it like, she'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. But then she'd do it again in like 2 hours.
Oh, no,
no. And I felt like I was probably being too soft about it, because I'd say something like, oh, like, I'd get like a little more stern, but I go like, don't say that. Like, I don't take that. But how do I handle something like that where, because I've had that where, especially I feel like maybe younger girls do this a lot more, like the 18 to 22.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Because like you said, I'm probably not old enough to where they have that respect. And I don't know.
That and they're 18 to 22. They're young. They have more options than 28 to 32-year-old women. Right. And this is why a combination of these things have to be in place. So oh my God, I've never had a woman call me a bitch, not even joking.
Yeah, however, no, exactly. And that's why I was so, and this was like a Christian girl who like was super like good girl-esque, whatever. And, I'd say something to her, like I'd tease her in like a flirty, whatever banter way. And she'd go like, bitch, what'd you say? And I'm like, don't call me a bitch. Like,
oh, wow. Yo, check this out. The next time, if that had happened to me, Be like, if she says I love you, and then I look at her tits and say I love you too, she'll be like, bitch, what you say? You know what your response is? Bitch, what did you say? And you be deadly fucking serious and look her right in the eye. You better walk that back or I'm taking your ass home. You don't never call me. Dude, tell her dude, go off on her. Who the fuck do you think you are? Well, no, you don't fucking joke like that. You do not fucking joke like that. If you want to call somebody a bitch, call your friends a bitch. You will never, ever, ever. And let her know the next time you call me a bitch will be your last because you'll fucking never see me again. And dude, just go fucking radio silent on her. Even if she's still there at your house, don't say a goddamn word. Trust me. If she likes you enough, she will fall right back in line. She will never, I don't know. Maybe it was because of my craziness. Girls never really tried me like that, but you're a good looking guy, but you're a pretty boy. And that's why young girls think that they can probably toy with you. Trust me. If they see a good looking dude, like you'd be like, bitch, what the fuck did you just say? She's like, oh shit, he's a pretty boy and he's got balls. Oh, I'm sorry, daddy, blah, blah, blah. So that's how you handle that.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And, just thank you for everything you're doing for this community. And I look forward to, doing more of these and hopefully coming out to the CME event. And
that'd be great, man. I'd love to meet you.
All right. You too.
All right. Thanks, John. Very good questions, man. John's a good looking dude. John, here's something I would advise you to do. Wrap your cock, because a guy who looks like you, who has this kind of game, you're gonna have a lot of bitches wanting to have your babies, man. Wrap your dick. Trust me. All right, let's go to, looks like there's another Kevin. Kevin, go ahead and unmute yourself if you would.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Oh, hey, how's it going, man? You were the one out grilling steak a couple of weeks back, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, what?
You were, maybe it was another Kevin, but I remember a Kevin had called in and he was grilling steaks or something. He was outside grilling. It might have been somebody else. So what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I was actually on Tea and Tallulah.
Yes. So, yeah, Tallulah is awesome. She's as cute as a button. I love her.
Yeah, she's great. I love your content. There's honestly no one like you, and I'm not trying to kiss ass or anything like that. But just an update. I'm kind of, for the most part, I'm kind of taking a break from the whole girls thing because I'm kind of a bit of a fat ass.
Okay. All right. I've been there.
I'm trying to lose some weight.
Okay. Uh-oh. Looks like Kevin froze on us. All right, Kevin. I guess I'll wait until you unfreeze. All right. Sorry about that, Kevin. Let's go to Apollo. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go to Apollo. Hey, Kevin, I'm going to come back to you because you froze. I'm going to go to Apollo and come back to you. Apollo, you there, man?
Yeah, Donovan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sure can. What's going on, brother?
All right. Just out heading home from with my kids and stuff like that, so I'm driving. But it's funny when you were just talking to the other guy about girls coming to you about relationships, and it was one that you had said was going to happen with the girl Katie that took me to Steelers training camp.
Yes. So what's up with her?
When we were hanging out last weekend, hit me with that. So, we've been doing this for close to a year. So, what will it be? Or what would it take to be in a relationship? And
did she say those words to you?
Yes.
Wow, dude. Listen, Apollo, we knew this was going to happen. You and we called this, I think 2.5, 3 months ago. I said, dude, trust me, this white girl is going to try to consolidate on you. And lo and behold. So what'd you tell her?
Almost exactly what you were saying. It's like, you know what, you're not ready for that yet. Well, what is that supposed to mean? I said, you know what, I'm not somebody easy to be with, so let's just not even worry about it. But I'm serious, like, what's it going to take, or what would it be? I said, you're just not ready. But of course she kept pushing.
Yep.
For it. And first thing I told her before even the unlock your phone thing was that for me, it's like, you do realize it would be an open relationship. So just so you know that there's no, if ands or buts.
On my side, huh? You know it.
Yeah. So she would say, I think that's something I could deal with, and because you've been upfront about it. And then the second thing was, it's like, okay, if you're really serious, unlock your phone and hand it to me. And she hesitated, and I said, you're not ready.
Yes. There you go. In 2 weeks, she's going to hit you with the same thing. This time she's going to be ready for it.
Right. Because then it was like, well, why? It was just like, if you had to hesitate, you're not ready. I mean, if you want to go to it, you can. But I could tell she didn't mean it.
Of
So
course.
she just kind of dropped it. She just kind of dropped it at that point.
Excellent. Listen, that was perfect. See, what just happened are two things, and I guess I forgot to tell John this. What happened with Apollo's girl Katie is that now she knows if she's going to be in a relationship with Apollo, she's got to be 100% transparent, which means giving up that phone when and if he asks her for it. And number two, she's gonna have to get rid of all these other dudes, because if she either get rid of all the other dudes or hide it better. And and you guys have been doing this for a year. She's been invested almost a year. This dude, she took you to a fucking Steelers training camp. That was fucking awesome. But I mean, we already knew she really liked you at that point. And so at this point, Katie has got to get a return on her investment. You combine that with the fact that she really likes you. Yeah, of course she's going to be okay with the relationship being open on your side. So yeah, I'll give her 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops before she brings it up again. You'll tell her to unlock your phone and hand it to me right now. At that point, she'll be ready for you. She'll just like I told John, hey, so what does that mean? Well, that's a start. Well, what do you mean that's a start? Well, listen, I'm not going to tell you what you can or can't do, but I'll tell you what I won't commit to. And it sounds like she would listen. If she doesn't have a problem with an open relationship on your side, she's not gonna have a problem with all of the other qualifications at all. So I think you've put yourself in a really good position.
Right. But I mean, for me, I don't really even necessarily, it's not that I'm opposed to a relationship. I'm just not there yet. As far as wanting one, I'm just, at a point of, enjoying the casual thing, obviously still taking care of my daughters and doing all that stuff. So I'm just not there yet. But, I just knew once.
I'll put it to you this way, Apollo. Here's the thing. Let's just say that you actually do give her the title of girlfriend. It's not going to change anything. You're still going to be smashing other girls. You're still going to be smashing other girls, and she's only going to be smashing you. Now, at some point, she's going to be like, well, look, I mean, like, I don't spend as much time with you as we did or I don't spend more time with you now that I'm your girlfriend. I kind of feel that this is not really worth it. Okay, well, we can go back to being casual. She'll be like, no, wait a minute, dude. When she agreed for your side to be open, listen, when a girl makes a play to get exclusive with you, if you know what you're doing, you can checkmate her right off the bat. And that's what you did. So I think it's inevitable. Right. I think it's inevitable. So just because, and think of it this way, Apollo, okay, we can give it all these titles. Okay, listen, you're her boyfriend, but she's not your girlfriend. That's the way you have to look at it.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the next thing was that since we didn't get on last week, I was to tell you about, so I had met, a different girl, met her online.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I had seen her on other sites. I think we matched, but then because, I'm looking for casual, she wasn't. But then this time, she actually matched with me on the site. It messaged me first, and then we were going back and forth. And then, of course, after we exchanged phone numbers, she was like, oh, I just went back and saw you're wanting casual. If that was the case, I probably wouldn't have talked to you or exchanged numbers. I'm like, okay, but we're here now.
Yeah. So what's
what
up?
do you want to do? Well, yeah. So I was just like, hey, let's meet out for a drink, just to kind of
grease the skids a little
feel
bit.
each other out.
Yeah.
So we did that, and it's just funny because halfway through she was like, oh, I want to tell you something. And it's like she wanted to whisper it. She was like, I've never been with a black guy. And I was like, all right, I know where this is going. So
you about to rearrange them guts.
Right. So I'm just like, well, we can change that. You want to go back to my place?
Let's do it.
And she was like, well, not on the first date. I said, okay, no problem.
That's cool.
Didn't make anything of it. So we continued, had a few more drinks. And then when we were leaving, I was like, oh, what are you up to? Oh, nothing. I'm just like, I'm just going to go watch movies. You want to come back and watch a movie with me? We don't have to do anything.
Nice. Very nice. Oh my God, this is a good game.
And she was like, sure, that sounds good. So of course, come back. We did actually watch a movie, which was pretty good. And then, proceeded to, give her the black experience.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. TBE, baby. Dude, that was rock solid, ironclad game. You gave her plausible deniability for the sex. Hey, you can come. Why don't you come watch a movie with me? We don't have to do anything. Oh, perfect. I can go and act like a hoe and he not think I'm a hoe. That was perfect. Very good.
All Yeah, and it's just funny, like, because I know you talked about that before, where girls, they always want to have that plausible
Right.
deniability
That's
to
right.
be able to say, well, she said no, but then when I said come back and watch a movie, we don't have to do anything. Okay, even though I'm sure the whole time it's what she wanted to do, but just had to give herself that plausible deniability.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, would you like to come back to my place and watch a fascinating video on underwater basket weaving? Sure.
Right. And then the other thing I wanted to ask you too is that, I'm sure you've dealt with this. So the other girl that I talked to that's casual, I know she sees other guys. Heck, she's even talked to me about it. And the fact that she says, like, you're the only guy I ever talked to about seeing another guy.
Here we go.
And so she tells me about it, and even she went and saw him recently, and that the fact that kind of got into an argument, she kind of got upset that he might have a friends with benefits. And she was like, now this is after she came back from the trip, laying in my bed, maybe upset he has the friends with benefits. And she was like, I know how this looks, the irony. I might be upset he has one, but I'm in your bed. And so what I noticed, so she's never asked me about.
Can't make it up.
Yeah. She's never asked me about, any other girls. And I said, I was like, you realize you never asked me about any other girls. I'm like, you can if you want or if you don't want to. But I would just wonder, my question to you is, have girls asked you about other girls you're seeing?
Oh, yes,
And,
absolutely. You want to know what my answer is every single time? When they say, hey, so are you like seeing other girls? My answer is always, do you want me to lie or you want me to tell you the truth?
Right.
And that's telling them without having to tell them, oh, well, no, that's okay. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Do you want me to lie to you or do you want me to tell you the truth?
Right. I mean, she already knew because it's something that, I've always made clear, but just kind of when they want to know, so is it one person you see consistently? Is it a couple? How does it work? I'm just like,
do you want me to lie to you or do you want me to tell you the truth?
Right. And I'm more so just upfront telling the truth. Like if it's two others, I'm like, it's two others. If it's, one other, just because I'd rather, instead of this song and dance or going back and forth, I just give it to them straight. If they take it, great. If they don't, but I just wonder how you thought about.
No, I like the direct approach. And you and I are the same age. So that's probably, if I were in your shoes, that's the approach that I would take. 34-year-old Donovan. Oh yeah, dude. I used to love the fucking head games. I used to play with these bitches because I had the time and the mental bandwidth to do it. But dude, you got a job, you got kids. Like you're trying to live this life. Who the fuck's got time to go back and forth with these bitches about, trying to run game on these bitches? The only way to streamline your life at that age with the life that you have now, with the time that's available to you now, you just got to be straight up. So I'm 100% in agreement with that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's what, that definitely those couple of things to talk about. And then it was just, I know when you did on the stream the one day about people coming on there and saying that you're, a snake oil salesman and whatnot, but they're not on these with all of us hearing the stories of us, having success, our lives being enriched and being better because of your information and the wisdom that you give to us, and to be able to talk to you directly, not about just women, but about jobs or weight loss or life philosophy or other things. So I wish they could be on here to see this and hear these kind of stories instead of coming up there, getting on there with some BS, calling you a snake oil salesman when they have no idea what they're talking about, probably don't patronize your stuff, or if they do, just glancing at it and not seeing how we're really impacted because of it.
Yeah, it's the weird thing is, man, and this is what I've had to learn, man, is that you can't give these guys any oxygen. And dude, Myron, I'm gonna tell you what, dude, I talked to Myron. Dude, I talk to him now. Dude, I talk to him more than I used to talk to Kevin. Let me check out. I'm watching the end of what the hell is Dev talking about? Holy shit, there's only 5 laps to go. God damn. That was quick. Devin and I have watched every race, NASCAR this season. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that, man. One thing that I've had to learn, and it's a shame that Myron and Kevin are not cool with each other. But one thing that they have both told me is that my time, and I know my time is valuable. I've known that forever, but you really can't give these guys any oxygen. And because when I do, and I said it on the podcast, I'm not this unbreakable, pillar. No, like when people talk shit about me, it fucking bothers me, especially all the work that I put in, the people I've helped and all that other kind of stuff. For somebody just to come in and just talk shit, you're like, dude, you're like, at that point, you have to understand that people, they just don't know who and what I am. And even if they did at that point, they're just trying to get the reaction that they got. So that's what I had to do, man. I just had to, I sort of went off on a tangent, and every once in a while I'll do those things just to kind of humanize myself, because I'm not about to go on YouTube and talk about, well, the haters don't bother me, this and that. Yeah, they do fucking bother me. That's why I have to separate myself from them. Yeah, that to me was just a chance to just be human for a little bit and just let guys know, hey, you know what? I bleed just like you guys do, man. Like I've got the same, I've got the faults and frailties and I've got the same flaws as anybody else. I've got more fans than the average man, but that doesn't mean that I'm just this unbreakable pillar of whatever. So there's no need to expose myself to negativity if I don't have to. So that's the way I see it. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying that, man.
All right, no problem. We all definitely appreciate you. And
of course.
I wanted to ask if you figure out, I know you were saying about Pittsburgh.
Yes. We are going to be out in Pittsburgh.
I guess still working on it.
Yep. We're actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me pull up my calendar here. I will be out in Pittsburgh the middle of next month, the middle of April. Because we're going to do, God, man. So I'm going to Miami. And then, oh God, Jesus Christ, Devin knows she's got all the tickets booked. We're going all over the place, but Pittsburgh is definitely one of those stops, and we're going to be there right around the middle of April. So yeah, we'll definitely meet up and shoot the shit for real.
Okay. All right. Looking forward to it, man.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for chiming in, man. We all live vicariously through you.
All right. Thanks, Donovan. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Apollo checking in. Yeah, I live vicariously through Apollo. Okay, let me go back to Kevin. All right, Kevin. So continue what you were talking about a little bit earlier.
Yeah. So I'm going to be traveling in April.
Okay.
I'm following Bon Jovi on tour, and yeah, I'm excited. Going to a bunch of cities and just banging a bunch of girls off of Seeking Arrangements by pretending to be a millionaire. It's gonna be great.
So is the sleep, like AMS says, man.
Yeah, exactly. So my question is, once I get back, I'm really focusing on the gym. I'm still going to be going to the gym daily because it's so easy to get fat when you're in the South eating all that delicious barbecue and all that fun stuff.
God. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Dude, listen, I lived in North Carolina when I was at 312 pounds. I know all about the barbecue and the hush puppies and the sweet tea and the Bojangles. Oh.
I'm actually going to be in Charlotte.
Oh, that's even worse.
I got the 6 Airbnb with a sick rooftop overlooking the city right in front of the Spectrum Center.
Oh, fucking hell. That's great, man.
So perfect logistics. Perfect logistics. All right. So my question is, I do want an LTR eventually. I've never been in an LTR. I've slept with about 60 girls.
Okay.
And one of the reasons why I want to get into shape is because I do want to look good. Because let's face it, I'm 5'6". I have a gut that kind of gives me like a low SMV rating, and that's not.
Of course it does.
And that's not good. I mean, at the end of the day, like if every girl wants the best option, hypergamy isn't really a bad thing.
Nope, I agree.
It keeps us guys in check.
I agree totally. I totally agree. I don't like it when guys, girls are hypergamous. If girls were not hypergamous, if they really loved us unconditionally, we would all be fat slobs of shit. So that's necessary. Yeah.
Exactly. And I fucked up. So my question is, what do I do? Because I don't want to wait till I'm 35. Well, I don't want kids. I don't want to wait till I'm 35.
Why not?
Get into it. Huh?
Why not?
I'm 20. Look,
how old are you now?
25.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, you've banged 60. Dude, you banged more girls than I did by the age of 25. But at this point, at 25, it's just too young, man. Like listen, you've banged 60 girls.
It's exhausting. It's like
it is.
You're dealing with like the bottom of the barrel. You're like, wow, like you're a fucking whore. Like what else?
So what you want to do? Nah, listen, the guys, well, I mean, that'll happen. So what you need to do is you need to take the next 10 years and go into like a quasi monk mode. Take the pussy when it's given to you, but dude, just take this next decade or so. It sounds like you've got yourself together financially. You've got the good mindset. You have enough experience. Well, you have enough experience with girls not to have the YOLO factor, or am I wrong about that?
What do you mean? The what?
The YOLO factor, like you only live once, or not YOLO, the fear of missing out. Like a lot of guys who have banged like 1 or 2 girls, they're always like, oh my God, I want a rotation of 10 girls. That's just because they're
Not
fucking
really. No,
horny.
I absolutely not. Like I took something with John Anthony, and he was always bragging about how he has like a 10-girl rotation. I'm just like, that's exhausting.
Lying. Yeah, he's lying. Dude, oh my God. Dude.
It's exhausting. I don't want to deal with that.
No. Listen, I agree. That is exhausting. He does not have a 10-girl rotation. He doesn't. There's just no. Dude, even the most skilled players in the world can't have a 10-girl rotation. If you have a 10-girl rotation, you don't have time for anything else. And you know what? You can only count a girl in your rotation if you are fucking her at least once a week on or around the same day or the same time. Sometimes it rotates. I fucked a girl every other Tuesday and then every other Thursday. But you can't. Okay, so let's say you had a great month and you fucked 10 girls. You don't have a 10-girl rotation. You fuck 10 new girls that month. So and this is why you have to be very careful. This is why you have to be very careful with the people that you take advice from, because anybody who says that they have banged 13 or 1400 girls and say they have a 10-girl rotation is flat out lying. Like there's just no way. I mean, there's that it's not physically possible, and there's no time for a 10-girl rotation. There just isn't. And so I said all that to say this. It is exhausting. The most girls I ever had in one rotation at one time was 5 girls, and that was for 3.5 weeks, and it was fucking exhausting. But that doesn't mean that you also need to look for a long-term relationship. What you need to do is you need to work on yourself, because I'll tell you something. The one thing that can keep you from reaching your true potential from 25 to 35 is being in a long-term relationship, because you simply aren't going to have the time to do the things necessary to increase your value to the point to where at 35 you will be spoiled for choice. So listen, do what you want, but there's a reason why I tell guys to wait until, listen, you've already got the 35 girl prerequisite gone. Now you just need age. You need age, introspection. You need experience, not just with girls, but also with life. So just keep that in mind moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. And the last thing I wanted to ask you was, so one of the things that I do when I hook up with girls is they literally let me one of the things that why it's like it adds to the level of my misogyny is the fact that these girls, who, keep in mind, I've never met them. Some of them have known me for less than an hour. Let me record them giving me a blowjob.
Oh yeah, these girls are hoes out here, man. They're ratchet.
So I want to start an OnlyFans because, I might as well make money off of it. So my question is that something you could kind of like give me a couple tips on? And is that something that's, I can make money off of?
I couldn't, because I don't have experience with OnlyFans. Talk to a guy like Tommy Sotomayor. He is he's a guy who has an OnlyFans. And I wish I could give you advice on that, but I don't have any experience with it. And I will not give advice on things I don't have any experience with. So
what's his name again? Tommy what?
His name is Tommy Sotomayor.
Sotomayor. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks again for everything, man.
No problem, man. No problem at all, man. Any other questions?
No, I'm good. Thanks again, and keep crushing it.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate you chiming in. Yeah, man. John Anthony, dude, that guy's oh my God, Jesus Christ. Listen, man, I lied about Devin's age. I'll wear that. I'll take that L. But dude, come on. 10-girl rotation, 1400 girl. Like, dude, let's just do some math here before I go to Bill. Let me just, so John Anthony, what is he? Let's just say, for example, he's 40 years old. I don't even know how old the guy is. I don't even think it matters. So let's just say he's 40 years old. And let's just say he was a fucking Casanova from the time he was 15. So 40 minus 15, that's 25 years. 1,400 girls divided by 25 years means he's banging 56 new girls every year. We divide that by 12. He's banging almost 5 girls a month. It's 4.66 girls a month. So he's banging a new girl every week. So this guy is banging a new girl every week from the age of 15 to the age of 40. That's the way he gets to the 1,400 lay count. The guy's a fucking liar. Listen, you talk about snake oil salesman, go over and check out MLB's channel. There's videos that he put out, or somebody put out videos of one of his boot camps, and the dude literally just got piss drunk, the entire time. He was actually fighting his students. And when they were supposed to be at some restaurant for a briefing or and all that other kind of stuff, he couldn't even sit up. He was so fucked up, he couldn't even sit up. He would catch himself and wake up and just be kind of and cross his legs like he's not. No, dude, listen, man, you can watch and listen to guys like John Anthony. Do so at your peril. He runs with you know who, so you know he can't be trusted. So okay, let's go to Bill's iPhone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, Bill, how you doing, man?
Man, better than I deserve. Let me tell you.
Good.
Let me get straight to the point. Met you at CME1 in Vegas, baby.
Yes.
Had tickets to Dallas, but had to back out due to a number of reasons.
Okay.
But the timing is excellent for me, and I have tickets already for CMA2 in Miami.
Awesome. Glad I'm glad I'm going to be able to see you there. Yeah. I'm glad you didn't show up to Dallas because it didn't happen. If it did, I would have given you COVID. So.
No. Glad to see you're over it.
Yeah.
I had a false positive. We'll talk about that some other time. But long story short, I'm in my mid 60s.
Okay.
This year I'll enter the mid six figures.
Okay.
In my marriage, we both got what we wanted.
Okay.
I got a son who's 11 now, and we have a great time and a great relationship, but of course not enough time together.
Sure.
And the marriage ended 6 years ago this May.
Okay.
I'm thinking that I'd like another relationship that would lead to having another child. But my standards are so much higher now that I realize unless I contract with a womb egg donor, and even those are sometimes a nightmare scenario.
Sure.
I'm not likely to seal the deal. I'm not likely to want to. Last girl I was serious about was perfect.
Okay.
In many ways. At least I felt so at the time.
Okay.
But when she started with the pre-branching behaviors, I punched out.
Good.
This was immediately preceded by her searching to find out or determine what was our status. What is our relationship?
Yes.
Punched out, man. It was great.
Wow.
The girl before that, I abandoned her in the emergency room of a tertiary care medical center.
Attaboy. Good.
In another region of the country. And I just heard from one of her friends who was also trying to get with me.
Okay.
That she's in hospice now with liver failure.
Woo! Wow.
All of that to say that my red pill resuscitation or my red pill resurrection has served me well through both of these relationships.
Okay.
Besides making sure that my money is protected, which I'm doing very well right now, what advice might you have given that backstory?
Now, let me ask you this. Are you telling me that you want to have kids or no?
I would like maybe another one or two.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Listen, and you look like you're in excellent health. I mean, for a guy who's in his mid 60s, man, you look good. You sound good. You sound like you have a very sound and present mind. So yeah, having another kid, it's funny. A lot of guys are like, oh my God, I don't want to have kids when you're in your 60s. No, kids will keep you young, man. They absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Kids keep you young for sure. And so I suppose you could go the surrogate route. If you were to go the surrogate route, I would, so are you looking for, do you want a black baby, mixed baby? What kind of baby are you looking for?
I'm very, what's the word? I'm flexible on that.
All right.
But, I'll send you some pics of my son.
Okay. All right. Listen, I'll never have kids, but if someone put a gun to my head, Donovan, you must have a child, I wouldn't want my child to be black. You know what I mean? And you guys know how I feel about black women. That being said, I would definitely explore the surrogate route. Definitely use an agency. People have much better results with agencies because agencies, they vet the girls, they do blood test and DNA test and all this other kind of stuff. An agency would be your best bet. And given that you have the resources to get with a reputable agency, I think that would easily be your best bet, is to use a surrogate. You don't want to use a surrogate, get what you want, and then of course get up out of there. You do not want any woman involved legally with your new child. So that, to me, is the answer, is definitely use a reputable surrogate service.
You got it.
All right, good stuff. Any other questions?
That's good. I'll see you in Miami, dude.
All right, man. Yeah, looking forward to it, man. God almighty, this is going to be great. I am very excited about the CME in Miami, man. The one in Vegas, it was fun, don't get me wrong, but Jesus fucking Christ, at least you guys know what I went through that spring of last spring with all the hoopla going on out there. But this one is going to be much better for me. My blood pressure is lower. Everything is good. I'm not about to die or anything like that. Okay. Let's see. It looks like this is going to be the last one of the day. Akamimi, I'll call you AI. How about that? AI, go ahead and unmute yourself, my friend.
Hello, Donovan. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I tried changing that name.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all good. How do you pronounce your first name?
It's Akpomyemi. Actually,
okay, Akpomyemi. So it's Akpomyemi.
Just call me Akpo. That's fine.
Okay, Akpo. All right, cool. All right, so what you got for me, Akpo?
Yeah. I've talked to you probably maybe twice or three times. Once I talked to you on the line with EO, and once I talked to you again later. I just want to say thank you and the rest of the Red Pill community. Myron and Fresh, Kevin Samuels to 11. And truthfully, I'm about your age, or kind of listen a little bit younger. So
okay.
I was young. I was old enough to know what a telephone you dial, those phones, and as well young enough to know how to use a computer when I was in my 20s. So
right.
I saw the internet, and because of my African background and everything, so basically the programs that you watched in the 80s, I watched them in the 90s because there was no internet, so we couldn't do all the stuff. So exactly. So basically, things that I could have known, I didn't know them until now and everything. So it has kind of set me kind of back and everything now. But it's all good. You live and learn. And because I read the game or pickup artist in, I think, the early 2000s or so.
Yeah.
So I was aware of when this community started, although it wasn't called the Red Pill at that time. Probably was just called pickup artists, and of course the media came down hard on a lot of them, and a lot of them dropped it, and we all know what happened. And weirdly enough, I don't know if you remember, there's a program that was on VH1 or so. It was called what's it called again? I think it was Key of Seduction. Yes.
Okay.
Basically, there were 4 guys. They were a challenge. They'll bring 2 players to do 3 challenges. They'll go to a nightclub and ask them to either pick up a woman using this line or something. It was cool. I actually went back to see if I could find it. Yeah, actually still on YouTube. That's funny, but of course, something came up. But I knew all this stuff, but I didn't have the knowledge to crystallize what it actually meant. It's almost as if, okay, you have an idea of what blue is, but you don't know what blue is used for. So now everything is personalized, and especially one thing that I learned, the idea of attention.
Right.
Girls feed off attention. So when you understand that logic, everything else falls into place.
Yes.
Everything else falls into place. And again, Rollo crystallized it clearly. The red pill is not to make you hate women. It's to teach you that you understand women cannot love you
100%.
for who you are, but because it's not part of their nature. So once you understand, everything follows up. So basically, I'm working on getting my finances in place.
Good.
Also, I've dropped 9 kg. I'm not sure what that is in pounds. Probably maybe 20 pounds or so.
Okay.
Probably,
Okay.
20,
Yeah, it
20,
sounds like
25 pounds. So
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Okay.
dropping that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Go
it
ahead.
sounds like. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So listen. I just want to thank you on the guys. And again, I think me and you have talked about this once before. Because I can remember from all the stats and everything, it's not possible for 10% of the population to be like us.
Right.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
If
That's true.
the population, 10% of the population becomes like us, this whole system is gonna fall.
Yeah. Shit.
So what I will say is that your channel, Kevin's channel, Fashion Street, and whichever other content creator around the spaces, it's always gonna be a small percentage of subscribers that would actually do the work. Because look at right now, in this our call, we're only 18, 20, 25. You have over 200,000 subscribers at one time. You can't even get 1,000 people in here. So, so of course, the rest of them, the media can easily paint us with all of us in that say, okay, we are all these people that are just going and commenting on people's video and not doing anything, playing video games and all that. Yeah. So I just want to thank you that
thank you, man. I appreciate
us the
that.
steps to do all this stuff.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's been an amazing it's been a magic carpet ride for me, man. I've had my ups, I've had my downs, I've had my extreme highs, my extreme lows, but it's been fun. Like it's really, really cool to become friends with guys. It's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun to do what I love to do, man. I'm a good content creator. I'm a good speaker. I'm a good writer, and I'm glad that I can help guys. And I mean, it's funny, man. We talk about haters all the time. We don't really give our supporters enough credit because you guys are the real reason why we do what we do, man. That's for sure. So I appreciate you showing appreciation, man. Thank you.
Sure. And I wish I could come to the CME, but I'm not in America. I'm in Australia. So yeah, that's
oh wow. God almighty, man. We need to see me in Australia, London, any other Western continent. Akpo, thanks for chiming in, man. I appreciate you.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, it's always good to get a call like that. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end this particular Zoom call. This is a really good one. And like I said, I wanted to open it up to the public just so that guys can see what they get. And by the way, anybody watching this on YouTube, if you want access, if you guys want access to stuff like this, if you want access to these Zoom calls, I'll counsel you. I'll give you advice. Talk about girls, game, finance, fitness, anything that pertains to dominating life as a man, self-improvement, things of that nature. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, these are every week, every Sunday, right around, I would say between 4:30 and 5:30 starting. It is, oh yeah, I forgot it's daylight savings time today. But yeah, these happen every week. Every once in a while, I'll miss a week just to give myself a break. And I'll do that every 2 months or so. But yeah, these are very consistent. So I mean, listen, I don't do consultations anymore. So if there's a burning question that you have, if you want, advice or guidance on a situation that you happen to be in, I absolutely have. Listen, $5 a month is really all it takes. So thank you guys very, very much for chiming in, man. These are always a lot of fun. And